There was a very special tribute to the 10 who died 10 years ago. The road's been blocked. We are not allowed to go any further than this, but police are searching the house directly behind this one. You can see behind me, these are emergency vehicles that have all been deployed to this area. You might not be able to tell that there's anything wrong with this house, but if you look closer, you can see the bricks have pulled away from the structure of the house. Jessica. Well, the truth is you really have to get up inside the homes in a lot of these cases to see the damage. There are cracks in walls. This is common. Look at this. This is screwdrivers holding the glass in so it doesn't fall forward. The ceiling has come away from the wall. You can see that the wallpaper there is torn. But let me show you what really causes problems with these homes here in Lincoln County, the chimneys. And it's something that we never thought about, bracing your chimney or locking your cabinets here in Oklahoma. But now emergency officials are rethinking building standards. Who would have thought?
I think that happens, in California, not in Oklahoma.
Earthquakes would destroy everything they've worked for.
The chimney, it's gonna come down.
They're trying desperately to reach emergency management.
I called them the next morning, are you gonna start back? Well, I think we're not doing anything because it's not declared a disaster. This is just the beginning. This is the good side.
Was it disclosed to us that our house is close to a fault line? No.
Tonight, scientists have some good news.
We hope it's dying down. Looks like it's dying down, at least at this moment.
Emergency officials assure everyone they are aware and they will be coming to your house.
Take lots of pictures and document the damage that has occurred.
They're also studying whether chimneys, homes, and buildings need new standards to prevent this from happening to more people.
And we're just lost. We just need help.
Oh yeah, people are hurting out here.
And they have a sign here asking FEMA to check out their house. They will be coming to town to Lincoln County on Wednesday and Thursday, and also Pottawatomie County next week. You've seen that roof damage. It's all throughout the county. FEMA will be assessing that. Reporting live in Meeker tonight, Jessica Holloway, Eyewitness News 5.
Jessica.
Paul, this is still an active scene here in Bethany. The windows are broken out. The buildings are badly burned, but residents just want to know what happened here. An apartment fire and so much tragedy.
First thing I'm going to do is take them and buy them something to wear, because what they've got on their backs is all they've got.
Charred and gutted. One woman had a heart attack. One fire, 4 apartments, 4 homes shattered.
We all got here as quick as we could. They lost everything. They had a dog and 2 cats. They lost that, and they lost all of their possessions.
But through all this tragedy, a glimmer of hope. Firefighters carry one of the Dahlman's kittens out of the fire.
Well, I put a blanket over her crate before I left, and then now she's still alive, surprisingly.
A small piece of hope amidst so much sadness.
It's showing me that something will be okay, somewhat.
You just survive. You pray a lot. You just ask God to help you, and He's faithful. He will. I'm just grateful they're alive. That's what's important.
And the Red Cross is assisting victims. If you would like to offer donations to the family, a bank account is set up with Bank of Oklahoma under the name Philip Dahlman. Reporting live tonight in Bethany, Jessica Holloway, Eyewitness News 5.
The Oklahoma County District Attorney is talking about the trial that landed this man, pharmacist Jerome Ursuline, behind bars for life. Eyewitness News 5's Jessica Holloway joins us now live. And Jessica, you sat down with David Prater today.
Thanks, Paul and Jessica. Yeah, this has been a divisive case, a very heated one. There's been a gag order in this case. This is really the first time the DA is talking, and tonight we're getting a better look at why the jury made the decision to convict Ursuline. Jerome Ursuline shoots a teenager trying to rob a pharmacy.
Okay, ma'am, just stay silent.
Everyone thought Jerome Ursuline was a hero.
I wasn't trying to kill him.
And then we see the videotape and things start to really unravel for Mr. Ursuline.
The DA makes an unpopular decision that reaches national headlines. He charges Ursuline with murder.
It was my duty to charge Mr. Ursuline.
Then an even bigger shock.
Defendant is guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree.
Now, for the first time, you get a seat inside the courtroom.
Absolutely, I knew we'd be criticized because people wouldn't understand what happened in that pharmacy.
Prater used pictures, evidence, and video to help the jury understand. He says the 16-year-old is unconscious on the ground, not a threat. But Ursuline comes back and shoots him 5 more times.
If he's a threat, do you step over the feet of a person who's about to try to kill you?
And you said you shot somebody.
Yes, he's dead.
Then the jury hears Jerome Ursuline's first lie to police dispatchers.
There was 2 of them. They came in with guns, both shooting.
But Ursuline was never shot at. And prosecutors say he planted fake bullets into his arm and fake bullet holes in the walls of the pharmacy.
It's not a gun rights issue. It's not a self-defense issue. I support both of those strongly. This is about murder.
Prater says Ursuline lied about his service in the military. He never served in combat, but claims he has a back injury and post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, it's injustice of a monumental proportion.
What do you plan to do from here?
Appeal.
But after the lies,
They got 2 shots off at me.
the truth came out.
Okay, ma'am, just stay silent.
Now there's a punishment.
Punishment is set at imprisonment for life.
The DA believes what happened here was justice.
I don't for 1 second regret the decisions that we've made during this case.
Since our story aired at 6, we've had 2 jurors call us anonymously to tell us they're tired of being ridiculed and they're glad this evidence is coming out publicly. Reporting live, Jessica Holloway, Eyewitness News 5.
Great, Jessica.
Thanks, Paul. The woman's lawyer says she's traumatized by what happened, but he says she's brave for coming forward.
He didn't transport her from near 122nd and North I-235 to Guthrie as a special favor for her. He did it as a special favor for himself.
Lawyer Irvin Box is talking about a woman who he says was pulled over for driving drunk. But instead of going to jail, former state trooper Patrick Venable admits he took her home to have sex.
I don't think there was consent or the ability to consent based upon the control, the authority, and the intoxication.
According to court documents, the trooper made the stop at 4:30 in the morning, June 20th. His shift did not end until 6 in the morning.
I can't believe that he would go to the extent to do what he did.
Box says Trooper Venable knew he was on the clock, and in court papers, the trooper admits he turned off his dashboard camera.
I think it took a lot of courage on her part.
That's why Box says it took her nearly a week, 6 days to come forward.
Do you have the courage to stand up to do this? And she said she did have the courage to do it.
And the courage, Box says, to face the questions.
Do you feel like she was a victim? Did she just have sex to get out of a DUI?
I think she was entirely a victim. I don't think that was something she says, I'm going to trade sex for no ticket, sex for no arrest. I don't think that was it at all.
And Box says this case may open the door for other possible victims.
It would not surprise me that there are not other victims of this trooper. I urge them to come forward. I'm not sure at this point in time, as I said, it would take someone with a lot of courage to come forward now.
Sources close to the investigation tell Eyewitness News 5 investigators are looking at 4 different dash cam videos from this same trooper, and evidence has been collected, including DNA and fluids inside the trooper's car in connection with at least 2 other alleged cases. Jessica Holloway, Eyewitness News 5.
Now, Jessica, we know you have been pushing for those dash cam videos, but OHP says there's a state law that means they don't have to release them to the media.
Well, yes, Paul, it's a huge piece of evidence that we want to look at to help you see the story better. This morning, anchor Matt Garcia tracked down a spokesman for OHP who refused to talk with us on camera. We are asking for a response from the department why it will not release the audio and video from the night Trooper Venable made that traffic stop. Lawmakers say state law is not on our side, but it should be. Right now in Oklahoma, audio and video from OHP is not a matter of public record, and they're working to change that.
There is no legitimate public policy justification for why those audio and video recordings should not be made public once the internal investigation is complete.
While the OHP would not comment on camera, they did issue this statement. The department has an obligation to preserve the integrity of that process by not providing any additional comment or releasing any records or information that may have any impact on the criminal case.